Hey guys, and welcome to your Vibrant Life podcast. This is Alison, the founder of Vibrant Life, and I'm going to be your host speaker on the podcast. So this is episode 1, and this is me just explaining a little bit more about why this podcast is going to be coming to you every week and why we're going to be inviting amazing guest speakers on here. I am so excited to share with women that they can live a life so blessed, so vibrant, and to realize that it really is possible for all of you. No matter where you are right now, you need to believe in your dreams, no matter what that is going to take, knowing that with hard work, dedication, and a thrive in your vibe, that you can honestly, truthfully find your purpose. I know that for sure because I was that person who did not believe in herself, did not feel that there was a possibility to get to live your most vibrant life, and held myself back on so many occasions. And that's what so many women do. They hold themselves back because of fear. Some people say fear is not real. Some people say you can get over your fear, but fear is real. Fear is there, and it's something that's been within our human race for as long as we have been in survival. And here's why. It's because it is a natural instinct. When something we think is going to hurt us or harm us, we go into this fear. So we can hold ourselves back, we can hide, and we think by doing so, that fear will pass. But when that fear passes, usually we haven't made a step forward, so therefore we haven't progressed, we haven't made any changes, and we don't feel like we're living our true purpose in this life. So I want to share with you that sometimes when you're in the darkest time for you, a darkest place, and you may not be living your most vibrant life, I really want you to truly know that it is possible. So you might be listening now and going, yeah, right, whatever. My life has been like this for such a long time. It's never going to be different. That there is the reason why. If you're holding back and constantly thinking in the past or what's happened in the past and not being able to step into your true purpose and desire for your life, then that will hold you back. So within the Vibrant You podcast, we want to share with you that anything truly is possible for you. And you have a choice. You have a choice to really find your vibrant you. And the more you can find your vibrant you, the more you can live your life fully, happily, and unapologetically. So let's take a look at how I actually began and why I wanted to bring this to you. So my story when I was growing up wasn't really the best. I had a great family. It was supported. We used to have lots of family gatherings. We weren't particularly religious. We went to church every now and then. And I think my church days stopped when I was about 7. But I know my mum was always spiritual, always into tarot cards and spirituality and crystal healing. But we never really were very religious. And that was fine. So we didn't have that. We needed to go to church all of the time, but just knew that there was something out there, whether it be the divine, the universe is listening to you, whatever it might be. And so, within that, there was always something there to look towards. But growing up was also very negative in many ways. We grew up in a small town, first of all in Staffordshire, in Stoke-on-Trent, which is in the UK, and then we moved to the northwest in a small town in Cheshire, again in the northwest of the UK. So anyone who lives in a small town knows that many people can have a small town syndrome. So when you're growing or you want more in your life, it can be really difficult for other people to understand or to really appreciate your views. So when growing up in this small town, it was kind of everybody just stayed where they were. There was no real drive or ambition or intention for higher education, university, and so on and so forth. And I grew up in an environment where I wasn't really encouraged academically. I was never there was never really any pressure put on me to do well in school or to do well in my exams. There was absolutely, definitely not even a talk of university. That is something that had never happened in our families on either side, either on my father or my mother. So university was never really something that was going to be on the cards. But growing up, I always knew that there was something more that I wanted to do. And that's because, let's take a step back a little bit. That's because I was never really very secure within myself. I never really felt very confident. I never really felt that I fitted in, and I never felt good enough. I remember, can you imagine a 6-year-old girl? I wanted to go to ballet. My mum got me all the gear. I had no idea. And I went to the ballet class, and it began. I felt like I was the fattest kid in the ballet hall, and everybody around me was super slim. The hair was perfectly tied up on a bun on top of their head, and they looked so graceful and elegant. And I just was in that room, and I almost felt frozen. I didn't feel good enough. I didn't feel that I fitted in, and I just really hated the way that my body was. I remember looking at my thighs, at my stomach, at my whole body. I had freckles. I wasn't the prettiest. And I just never wanted to go back. And I didn't go back. And those feelings of not feeling good enough, always feeling overweight, never feeling that I was the right body shape or size, continued with me pretty much through my entire childhood and into my teen years. I would hide myself in the sports hall, in the changing rooms when it came to sports, because I didn't want anyone to see me. I didn't want anyone to make fun of me. And I was made fun of. I was made fun through my entire school life. And I hated going to school. When you're picked on and you're criticized and you're left to feel small and down, then that can really have a massive impact on your confidence. So stepping forward, I remember at 15, I'd done my GCSEs, which in the UK is your high school diploma, and I'd done them, and they weren't great, but they were good enough. And I remember not wanting to hang around in that small town. So I got myself a flight and I left the town at 15. Yeah, 15 years old. Can you imagine your kids at 15, if you're a mum right now, doing that? They let me go. It wasn't something that was really that frowned upon. They were a little bit worried, and I left. So I left and I set about on my own journey. And from the age of 15, right the way through to my late 20s, I started to become a personal trainer, fitness coach, aerobics instructor, step instructor, spin instructor, boxing instructor, you name it, I did it. And the reason I did it was because I wanted to become more. I wanted to help more and more women. I wanted to become fitter myself, but also to empower other people, other women, to become fitter and stronger as well. Now that's all great because we can all go and exercise. We can exercise as much as we want to, but there still can be something missing within us. So mental health and physical health are absolutely aligned. And through the Vibrant Life podcast, that's where I want you to be able to understand that sometimes from women, when they're doing so well in their business and they're thriving in their business, that sometimes they are literally pedaling like Billy-O underwater where you can't see them. They might have issues where their self-confidence is really shot. They may be feeling, I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not intelligent enough. How can I grow business? How can I get to where that person is? Because when I see that person, they look like they've got their shit together and everything is going amazingly well. Well, sometimes it is not. And sometimes we need to take a sit back and really, really listen to what it is that's going on inside ourselves. So how does it feel to be always conscious and not have that self-belief in yourself? What does it feel like when you know that nobody around you is really supporting you? Where do you find that inner strength to really go on and move forward? Do we stay living in a victim mode, or do we learn from the lessons? Well, I learned from my lessons. I had some pretty tough lessons, but I've learned them all the way through. I made bad choices. I started on a binge eating cycle. Then I went into many eating disorders, anorexia, bulimia, you name it, been there, done it, got the hospital visits. Thanks very much. Let's move on from it and let's help other women so that they don't have to go through the same thing. Your craving and desire to fit in is not worth losing your health to get there. So I felt that I never fitted in because of the way that I looked, because of my body. I never felt slim enough. I always wanted to be thinner. When I got thinner, that put me into hospital. When I got out of hospital, it went the opposite way. And that's when I started on the bulimia train. Again, not feeling that I was good enough. As a personal trainer, I wasn't thin enough. As a personal trainer, I wasn't fit enough. As a personal trainer, who was I to push people through these exercise regimes when internally and mentally, I wasn't the strongest that I could have been? So you learn. You learn from your lessons. You learn from your lessons, and that can take you into various dark places, which I'm sure many of you have been in. So let's focus on how we can get out of those dark places, how we can move away from not feeling isolated and feeling that you don't fit in. But you know what? You don't need to fit in, because if you're trying to fit in with a crowd that you have to try with, then they're not your crowd. They're not your tribe, and they are definitely not your people. So how do we move forward from that? You need to just dig a little bit deeper. You need to literally stay with your truth and find a way, find a friend, and find your inner confidence to really understand what your purpose in this life is. Knowing that whatever has happened to us in our past, we do not need to stay in victim mode. What we need to do is move forward from it, learn from it, and help others to be the best version of themselves. And to understand that you literally have complete permission to use your lessons and to grow and to move forward. And it's time to step away from judgment. Don't let anybody hold you back with their judgment, and don't let yourself hold you back with your own judgment of what others would think, because it's none of their business. And their opinions are none of your business. So let's move forward and away from it. And being small, honey, it does not help you, and it does not help the people that you need to reach and touch with your message and in your life of how you have reached your vibrant life. And if you're not there yet, knowing that you absolutely can get there, one step at a time, one baby step at a time. Judgment is not somewhere that you want to stay in. And, you know, in my heart, I knew that moving away from judgment was the right thing to do. It took me a lot of time and it took me a lot of lessons, but it was time to stop holding myself back. And if you're holding yourself back right now, your life is just on pause. Let's release the pause button and let's go for the best vibrant life you can. So many people's life can look vibrant from the outside, right? But what is it like on the inside? What is it like to wake up every day knowing that you are living your best life, knowing that everything you do is for the purpose and the passion and everything that you've desired? Living in lack of confidence is something that can be learned. It's like a muscle. We can learn that confidence muscle. Simple things like standing in front of the mirror and telling yourself, I am worthy. I am amazing. I am intelligent. I have so much to give and I am ready to share the message. The more you instill confidence in yourself, the more you tell yourself you are amazing. And it's not in a conceited way. It's because you are amazing, and we're all amazing, and we're all individuals, and we all have so much unique power and strength to give out to this world. So I wanted to close myself in at this point when I wasn't feeling that way. And honestly, that confidence just shatters. So you have to rebuild it. And one of the biggest steps for me was finding Louise Hay's book, which was Heal Your Life. That was a big step forward for me. Gabby Bernstein, amazing book, Judgment Detox. If you haven't got those books, I truly advise you to go and get them. Sometimes these books just fall on you at the right time, or a friend gives them to you and you just know it was divine timing that you have those books, you can step forward and move on with your life. But that's what this podcast is for as well. We're going to have these amazing guests on to really help you with your confidence, help you to understand that wherever you are right now, you honestly can live your most vibrant life, step by step. So from there, I moved into becoming a health and wellness coach. Why did I leave personal training? Because I loved personal training, but hey, I'm not getting any younger, and it's not just about the aesthetics, and it's not just about pushing yourself in the gym. And trust me, I used to push myself in the gym for 2 hours a day, if not more, every single day, and it didn't make me happy. It didn't make me happy. I used to get clients saying to me, but it's okay for you. Look at you. You look amazing. But they never saw the inside story. They never saw that darkness that was within. They never saw that I had to look at myself in the mirror every single day in the gym and judge myself, thinking that I was being judged by other people, that if I didn't look a certain way, if my body wasn't in a certain way or shape, that I would be judged. And going to work every day, having that on your shoulders, it really does shatter you rather than build you more confidence. But what I learned to do was I learned to stand tall, I learned to smile, I learned to hold my posture, I learned to breathe, and I learned to live life. Yeah, you learn to live life, because life is what you make it. So, it is possible for you all to do, be, and achieve so much more, but you really need to take a step by step. It's time to chill out a little bit. It's time to take the pressure off yourself a little bit. It's time to know that you truly are good enough. It's time to think about, what can I do to make changes in my life, to reset where I am and restart where I want to be. So when we think about where we want to be, how do we take the steps there? It's just simple things. Where are you feeling right now? Are you not feeling energized? Okay, so let's take a look at what's not making you energetic. Is it the food that you're eating? Is it the people that you're hanging out with? Is it the fact that you're not sleeping enough? Is it that you're overworking, overtraining? Or is it the fact that you're just doing too much of one thing and you're not having enough of other things around you? Are you not having enough joy, entertainment, fun, laughter? Is it that the people who are with you are not loving you and nurturing you and allowing you to grow in the way that you want to? So that's putting you in a pause. Remember, we want to release that pause off. So what is it that we need to do to make those changes? I want to be connected with you and share with you that living a more vibrant life is truly possible. So throughout the show, every single episode, we're going to have an amazing woman on that is going to be sharing with you that even through their darkest time, they have been able to make it to where they desired to be, because they truly believed in their purpose, they believed in their passion, and they believed in their voice to help so many more women in this world and reconnect to their purpose. So I just wanted to share this with you on the first episode, so you fully understand exactly what it's going to be about, how you can listen and share with somebody else that you think might also be really willing and open to listen to the episodes, to grow, to just learn, just to connect, and to really help to build this community so that we are sharing with women all over the world. You truly can live your most vibrant life. We want to bring women together and be a part of this vibrant life community. So if you want to find out more about me, you can find me on Instagram, which is Vibrant Balanced Health. There is so much information on there. You can get free downloads too. And we'd love to know your comments on here as to whether any of this resonated with you. And we look forward to seeing you, listening from you, having your questions answered on the podcast, and helping to share the message of that living a vibrant life is really possible for you. I'm so grateful for you taking the time to listen to this now, and I'm so excited that we're going to be making this a weekly show for women all over the world to grow and live your vibrant life.